Hello. For this week, we will be reviewing securing, backing up, and restoring the database. The database that we will be restoring is the diabetes registry and the 4 tables: blood tests when diagnosed, lipid panel, patient demographics, and social history. So here, server was clicked on with options file, the login been checked, and a folder for where the bin logs will go into. Next, opening up the command prompt, I have already went into the directory, program files, MySQL, MySQL Server 8.0 bin, and moving on to the next section, MySQL dump.exe, diabetes, routines. And here we're making a dump file for the table patient demographics and paste. So I have copied that prior and putting the table name underscore SQL. And an error popped up because I forgot to write. I mistakenly wrote routine instead of routines. Just add an S onto this and we can execute again. And here is the MySQL password. Okay, great. So it went, everything went through. And next I'll be showing that the folder is backed up. So now in my C drive, we are seeing if the table did back up. And here it is, diabetes registry, patient demographics. With opening this up, we can see it says the MySQL dump, localhost, database, diabetes registry with the server version as well. So there we show that the table within that database is backed up, and now I'm going to restore it. We are in the correct prompt for CD program files, MySQL, MySQL Server 8.0 bin, and now typing MySQL diabetes. This is to be registry, but I misspelt it when creating the database. SQL and then minus U, roots minus P. Just going to double check this. MySQL diabetes registry, backups. Okay, let's see what the issue is. I ran into some issues. I was rerunning it as I was not recording, so I rewrote the directory and now I was able to work. So I'm inputting in my password. Oh. Okay, great. So now that went through, and we are going to look into the binary logs. All right, pulling up the binary logs, be MySQL and MySQL Server into data, and we're looking at the highest number log, and looking into this, opening up these options and properties to have this time set 6:48:51 seconds. And I'm moving back into the command prompt. And back in the command prompt, we are going to run the MySQL bin log. So MySQL bin log.exe stop the date and time equals for today and the second for 15. Oh, and I missed the quotations. With that time being 18:48 and 51 seconds. Another quotes, and I copied the pathway before, and now I'm putting in desktop 0 as 334 dot 1 2 3 4 12. Another quote, pipe MySQL minus u root minus p. Could not run file. Well, I will have to review this. I probably have a typo in here. Back in the command prompt, I found where my typo was. I forgot to put a dash after the number bin. So moving on, password. Just to retype it to double check. Everything is working as it is. So it's just a typo. So that concludes how to backup and restore the databases. And I have done this with 4 of those tables within the one database. And be moving on to our PowerPoint. Here in the PowerPoint, we are going to discuss user access. There are 4 users with different types of access. The administrator, also known as the root, this can be either the system administrator and or the database administrator. And this is a high role where they provide permissions, policies, procedures, designing, coding, and testing applications, along with ensuring that the database has security and integrity. The one who will perform the backup is a database administrator. Depending on the organization, they can have 2 database administrators, or this can be the same person. The database administrator will be performing the backup, and this is the middle management level where they are responsible for security and privacy within the system. Next, the user access who will be able to enter and modify data but not delete it. This is the information system department. This person has a service function providing users data management support along with production support to provide user solutions for the information they need to integrate within the application. Through the creation of this department information system, this is where database administrator responsibilities became divided, that the information system, they're able to modify and enter data. However, they're not able to delete it. This is to avoid any errors in the future with accidental deletions or incorrect data leading to that. And lastly, access to views. Those users who can access to views are healthcare providers such as physicians and nurses. However, each user who is able to access the view will enter their username and ID with the credentials provided by the database administrator. This is needed to keep an audit trail for who views the registry views. And our next 3 additional users is a data administrator. This is one who is in top management. This reports directly to top management at a high level and responsibility. They have authority over the database administrator, but however their duties sometimes overlap. The data administrator sets long-term goals, policies, and standard operating procedures. Along with focusing on long-term goals, they also have a managerial orientation as in comparison to the database administrator who has a technical orientation. The information engineer, they look into strategic goals such as into the data and applications to help achieve those goals. The information engineering team allows to help to decrease the impact on systems when processes change. That is a large part of their job. And our last user, the information system architect, they provide a framework that includes computerized, automated, and integrated tools such as the database management system. They are able to provide management commitments, define standard operating procedures, training, and also have a small pilot project. So moving on to our next slide, here are references, and that concludes the presentation for this week. Thank you.